Hi, Chrissy.
Hi,
How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, great. Last time we had discussed about building on your self-esteem. Have you been working on the thought record?
I have. I've used it a couple of times, and it kind of helped whenever I had a negative thought. I tried to replace it with something positive. So I'll give you an example. I was at the mall the other day, and I was trying on a pair of shoes, and I saw all other girls around me, and they were trying on shoes, and they were all so cute and stuff. And so I tried on my shoes, and I just did not feel as cute as them. But then I stopped myself, and I told myself that no, I am just as cute as them. And it kind of worked, but I tried it. So, yeah.
Okay, great. And so the thought that crossed your mind was you didn't feel like you looked as great as them, but you managed to replace it with a positive thought that you're equally as great looking as they are.
Yeah, I try to use positive self-talk like you told me, and it seemed to be okay. Yeah, I know it's a work in progress.
Yeah, it is. And we had discussed last time also that you tend to have low self-esteem due to your childhood experiences.
Yeah. My I have an older sister, and my parents tend to always pay attention to her and kind of leave me out. And I think that probably contributes to why I have such low self-esteem. Like whenever I did something good, they kind of just brushed it off and then focused back on my sister. So,
Okay. Have you actually noticed the difference, or you feel that in the difference of treatment?
like, do I feel like I have a better self-esteem now?
No, as in those situations that occurred with your sister, was it actually occurring that?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I think so. I mean, at least when I was younger, that was my perception. You know, I felt like my parents did just focus on her. That, I don't know, that's just how I felt.
Okay. Do you recall an instance where they recognized an achievement of yours?
Let's see. Something really stupid, but when I was younger, I did a jump rope marathon for school. It was like elementary school, and I like jumped, I think like 100 jumps or something, and they were pretty proud of me. They were like, you know, cheering me on and stuff. And they said they were proud of me. So.
Okay. Besides that situation, and that's great that you recognize there was a point where they recognized a positive instance that you felt proud about yourself. Now, do you feel they might have thought you might see it like you didn't require that much encouragement like your older sister?
Possibly. Maybe they felt like my sister needed more encouragement than me because she was struggling in school a lot academically. So maybe that's the reason they focused more on my sister than me. I don't know. I never had that conversation with them. So, but I do feel like it has impacted me in the sense that this is the reason why I have such low self-esteem, because growing up I felt that they focused more on her with everything, and I just kind of was always in the back. So, I don't know, maybe I should talk to them. What do you think? Do you think I should talk to them about how I feel?
It might help to clarify your thoughts and see if they're realistic.
Mm-hmm.
If there were other reasons behind that, they actually trusted your abilities, that you probably didn't require that kind of level of encouragement like your sister.
Oh, I think one of my kids is calling me. I'm sorry, let me see. Okay, that wasn't that. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine. So like now do you continue having those self-esteem, low self-esteem?
Yeah, I do. Well, since I've been meeting with you weekly, you've been giving me some really good tips on, what I can do to replace those negative thoughts, and I've been trying it. And I feel like it's kind of working, but I know it's going to take some time. I mean, I've had this sense of low self-esteem throughout my whole life, so I know it's going to take some time for me to replace those negative thoughts so then I can have a better self-esteem.
Okay, so now that you're older, what situations cause you to have self-esteem? Or do you feel that you have self-esteem in those situations?
Well, yeah, I always compare myself like to other women, and I always think like, oh my gosh, you're so attractive, or they're so much skinnier than me, or prettier, or smarter. So, like at my job, everybody they just seem so put together, and they have just everything, and I feel like I'm so far behind them. So yeah, I guess like at work. And my friends, I have my small set of friends that I hang out with, but I don't socialize with them as much as I used to because of work and family and kids. So, it's just work I feel like that the most.
Okay, I see. Well, I don't know if you've thought about it, but our thoughts not only impact our feelings, but then lead to behavior. So it's like when you get that thought that you don't feel as attractive or well-going or successful as your coworker, then you start feeling down about yourself, and then you engage in the behavior of
isolating.
Yes.
Because that's what I tend to do. I tend to separate myself from everybody else because I feel like I'm not part of like their clique or their, I just don't feel a part of them. So I tend to separate myself from a lot of people, and I notice now that we're talking about this, I notice this because like if we have like say lunch socials, like with all our coworkers kind of get together, like after hours, like for drinks or dinner or something, or even during work hours, and they ask me to go out with them or participate in the event with them, I tend to like make an excuse and say no thanks, and I'm busy here, I have stuff to do. So yeah, that I can see how this is probably affecting my interactions with my colleagues.
Yeah. Within that isolation, you kind of ruminate on the negative and thoughts.
Yes.
And like right now, if you were to draw a picture, what would it look like?
Probably a little lonely, I would think. Probably, yeah. Just, you're right. It's kind of like, I'm kind of, if I separate myself from other people, then it gives me more time to have these negative thoughts. So that's not a really good thing because this is why I'm here, because of my self-esteem. And so, yeah, makes sense.
So what do you think you can do about the loneliness?
Well, I'm already working on my low self-esteem, and that's contributing to, that's a part of the isolation. I can see that. So maybe I'm going to have to start switching things up and forcing myself to interact more with my coworkers, and then hopefully that'll make some good positive changes. I don't know.
Well, you don't necessarily have to feel forced to. Obviously, you need to feel comfortable to do it. Otherwise, you may get anxious and not be able to go through it. To start, what would be a baby step?
Probably just accept their invites, right? Or maybe even prepare myself mentally. Like, okay, I saw the work email go around and I was part of it, so maybe I can mentally prepare myself and be like, okay, well, this event's going to come up. I'm